From ordinary student to future queen, Princess Catherine has been on quite the ride, and her wardrobe has changed almost as much as she has. Princess Catherine's style during her youth wasn't all that different to anyone else, but she made her first famous style statement in 2002. That's when Catherine appeared in a transparent dress for a charity fashion show at St Andrews University. This event has been credited as the moment she caught Prince William's attention. The risqué dress even made an appearance in the Netflix series The Crown.
As in not racy. And outrageous.
Yeah, I know what risqué means.
The show also marked the starting point for Catherine's fashion evolution, as she experimented with a variety of outfits and looks to determine her personal style. Around this time, the cameras were fixed on her every move due to her association with the prince, but this often worked out well for the designers of the outfits she wore. For example, the designer of Catherine's iconic fashion show dress, Charlotte Todd, later sold the dress at auction for the staggering sum of $125,000. In 2006, Princess Catherine worked as an accessories buyer for the UK-based clothier Jigsaw, and it appears her style at the time was a reflection of the brand for which she worked. By 2007, Catherine and Prince William had decided to take a break from their relationship, and photos showed Catherine keeping her selection of fashion casual yet just sexy enough. Was it to show the prince what he was missing? We'll never know for sure. Regardless, Catherine was often snapped wearing jeans paired with leather belts, a variety of boots, as well as the occasional halter top. Her time working for Jigsaw also played a large role in developing what would become her signature fashion style. The clothing label is known for its classically tailored pieces with stylish cuts, casual yet fashionable enough to transition into multiple settings fairly effortlessly. If this sounds like a sneak peek into what Catherine's signature style would evolve into, that's because it is. When things were officially back on with Princess Catherine and Prince William, Catherine appears to have transitioned into a much more sophisticated look, one befitting a future queen. Gone were the bare shoulders, short skirts, slouchy jeans and clunky shoes. Catherine ramped up her wardrobe with expertly tailored looks, monochromatic colours and an enviable selection of handbags. Catherine appears to have taken seriously her experience working in fashion, and she armed herself with looks that didn't falter. Her knack for royal fashion caught some serious attention in 2008 when she landed a spot on Vanity Fair's Best Dress list. The outlet specifically gave a nod to her Order of the Garter outfit and Philip Treacy hat. In Prince William and Princess Catherine's engagement photos from 2010, the royal-to-be donned a blue dress by designer Issa. Before long, the dress had sold out and brands launched copycat dresses around the world. But this ensemble also cemented Catherine's signature look of mid-length dresses, tailored fits, stylish shoes and delicate accessories. Also worth noting was that the blue dress perfectly matched her blue sapphire engagement ring, a ring that famously belonged to Princess Diana.
This was my way of keeping her sort of close to it all.
Now that Catherine was officially destined to become a duchess, she decided to dress the part. Catherine has been seen wearing similar dresses and colours in the years since, but her engagement photo shoot ensemble is what began the so-called Kate effect. Her ability to influence fashion in a huge way, it is still considered to be one of her most iconic looks. Even though Catherine has established something of a signature look for herself, she never lets her style get too samey or completely predictable. She does this by adding in pieces that colour outside the lines of expectations while still maintaining her typical demure style. Flowing dresses, often with floral patterns, have made their way into Catherine's wardrobe rotation. At the 2023 Royal Charity Polo Cup, for example, these delightful dresses demonstrate a different side of Catherine's personality, one that's more relaxed compared to the more serious and guarded persona she normally adopts when making public appearances. A person's sartorial choices can reveal a lot about their personality, and these more laid-back frocks that Catherine wears suggest that it's not all business all the time with the princess. Wearing a fancy hat goes hand in hand with being a royal, and it seems Princess Catherine never misses an opportunity to call up the milliner. But there's more to Catherine's vast array of hats and fascinators than just looking stylish. As a princess, Catherine has to adhere to the royal family's dress code, which dictates that women wear head coverings when attending formal events. That doesn't seem to be a problem for Catherine, whose choice of headwear has consistently been impeccably matched with whatever outfit she's picked for the occasion. These hats are typically expertly colour-matched with the dominant colour of her ensemble and decorated with accessories such as netting, lace, beads, or feathers. Even though Catherine and her styling team have chosen some impressive creations by the likes of designers Philip Treacy and Jane Taylor, Catherine has reworn one black hat made by Lock & Co several times. This indicates that even though the Duchess has a limitless number of options at her disposal, she still occasionally likes to pick favourites. As a future queen, Princess Catherine sometimes wears the colours of her country as part of her attire. This is most often done on particularly formal or important occasions. For example, now that she's next in the line to be the queen, Catherine has been stepping up her royal duties lately and attending many events on behalf of the new king, Charles III.
God save the King!
On Charles's coronation day at Westminster Abbey, Catherine wore a regal and ceremonial look, dressed head to toe in the colours of her country as she came to support her father-in-law. The look was designed once again by fashion house Alexander McQueen. For the coronation celebration in Scotland a few months later, Catherine wore a royal blue coat dress by Catherine Walker & Co. and a matching Philip Tracy hat. In keeping with one of Catherine's fashion quirks, this look was a repeat. She had worn the same outfit at both the Easter 2023 and the 2022 Commonwealth Day service. Princess Catherine's choice of clothing for King Charles III's celebration in Scotland was a regal, colourful look that also honoured the late Queen Elizabeth II by incorporating the Queen's beloved Japanese pearl choker into the ensemble. But not every outfit Catherine wears for her royal duties is quite so grand. When Catherine is travelling to meet with heads of state, dignitaries or politicians, she often opts for business casual attire that consists of matching blazers and skirts, as well as smarter-looking footwear with a matching clutch or handbag. When meeting with such people, Catherine's wardrobe choice tends to lean toward more serious colours, like navy, dark green, grey and black with occasional pops of colour. But that's not to say that the outfits aren't stylish. Catherine is sure to put her signature polish on every look to ensure each impression is favourable, regardless of the company she's in. For all the work Princess Catherine puts in as a member of the royal family, she still makes time for the three most important people in her life, Princes George and Louis and Princess Charlotte. The busy royal mother of three often handles pickups and drop-offs to and from school, and reports of Catherine keeping her look uber casual are abundant. On a 2022 visit to Lambrook School, for example, she wore a polka dot dress by Rixo, and she is just as frequently spotted out with her kids wearing casual combinations of jeans, flowy shirts and casual dresses. While most people travel in clothes that will be comfortable for long flights and lines at the airport, Princess Catherine's travel style has consistently impressed. Whether she's taking a short flight to a neighbouring country in Europe or visiting a country in the Commonwealth on the other side of the world. For instance, she wore this Alexander McQueen dress during a 2016 visit to Canada. But her impeccable travel style comes down to another set of royal family rules centred around travel. Not only must members of the royal family be prepared for any occasion at any time, but they must also pack for formal occasions. They no doubt always know that their arrivals and departures will be captured by media outlets from around the world.
Crowds literally running across the road now. Police have pretty much lost control, but it's a very calm crowd.
Since Catherine's infamous mishap on the Calgary runway in 2011, she's often opted for more form-fitting clothes, leaving less chance of another wardrobe malfunction and giving her more opportunities to showcase her ever-evolving style. One thing that's remained consistent about Princess Catherine's signature look is her neutral colour palette when it comes to makeup. She might have dabbled with slightly bolder makeup choices when she was younger, but now that Catherine has taken on a more public role, she tends to gravitate toward the same look for most occasions, one that consists of a clean, natural look. Catherine doesn't go too heavy on the lips or eyes, but is always well put together regardless, no doubt thanks to guidance from her predecessor, the late Queen. Of course, everyone knows that the royals must adhere to a dress code, so Catherine's choice of makeup may also have something to do with the strict guidelines set in place by the firm. These rules include keeping nails short and neat, wearing understated eye makeup, and not wearing bright lip colours. One of Princess Catherine's most enduring features over the years is her hair, which has rarely changed in style or colour since she first hit the royal scene. She often wears her hair long and loose, but will pin it back on occasion, particularly when she's wearing a hat. This, of course, is all part of the look that she has cultivated over the years. Catherine has also been spotted wearing her hair in stylish updos, particularly for formal occasions or those related to royal duties. That said, her long hair is most often worn down, usually falling just below her shoulder blades. It's worth noting, of course, that there are a number of hairstyles that members of the royal family are forbidden from having, which might explain why Catherine has yet to show up at Ascot rocking a mohawk.